In the last video, we talked about part one of my SMART SMART course, and we talked about the first element. I gave you a little snippet there, which was related to the spending less than you earn, or earning more than you spend, getting your spending under control. Because just to summarize, as I said, it's not about how much you earn in your lifetime, it's about how much you keep that will enable you to become financially free, quit the rat race, or retire. And we talked about a lot of footballers who earned a lot of money in their relatively short career, maybe 15 years, but that would be more than enough to live a lifetime on, and yet many of them end up broke. Many sportsmen, many superstars end up broke because they just spend all their money. So in today's video, we're going to go through the next element of the course, which is managing, manage, M for manage, and managing your money so that you can start putting money away for your future. Now, the first step, as I said in the last video, is to get control so that you've got some money to save. And then it's about putting that money into a situation where you can easily and regularly save each month. So I want to introduce what I call the jam jar method, or the pots of money method. Many of you might have had grandparents, parents that kept money like this in the days of cash. You know, when people didn't use bank accounts, certainly my parents did, they had jars or pots of money that they would hide away. Maybe some was for rent, some was for Christmas or holidays or whatever. I mean, it was generally for relatively short-term things. Now, you can do the same thing in a bank account. You can get your bank to divide your money into individual pots. So if you have a salary coming in on a certain day of the month, maybe the last day of the month, you can tell your bank to automatically allocate that to various accounts, and then you can start, say, some of it could be for short-term emergency funds so that you've always got money when the washing machine breaks down. Some of it can be to clear off some of that expensive debt, that credit card debt, those loans that are costing you a lot of money, that are draining you of income and wealth. The third thing could be for longer-term savings, such as maybe a deposit on a house or retirement, and so on. It goes on like this, and then some would have even a giving account and a play account. Money that they're going to use to have some fun. Now, you might say to me, I can't possibly do that, I can't possibly save, all my money's gone, but if you're the type of person that says, I don't know where it's all gone, then now you must start getting to grips with this and start writing down and looking at your tracker sheet that I talked about in the last video, and knowing exactly where your money is going so that you can start to make savings, and then start dividing that money up so that you're managing the money. So the money's not managing you, you're managing the money. John Maxwell said that a budget is telling your money where to go rather than wondering where it went. You see what I mean? Are you with me now? Right, okay. So managing your money means knowing where it's going, start allocating it to various things that you want to achieve in your life, like paying off that consumer debt, and then start allocating money to be saved and invested for your future. Now, in the next video, I'll talk about some of the methods of saving. But before I go, I just want to touch on this consumer debt that we talked about. Consumer debt such as credit cards, payday loans, Klarna, all these things that almost entice you to spend, knowing that it's not painful to spend when you don't have to pay for it now. It's easier to flash a card, isn't it, and pay for it with plastic, because doesn't feel like it's coming out of your pocket immediately. Of course it's not, but in the long run it costs you a lot of money. So it's very important that if you're sitting on a load of debt, like you're sitting on, say, £5,000 worth of credit card debt that could be costing you 18, 20, 25, 35% in interest, well, it's pointless having that money sitting there draining money out of your account, and then maybe you've got another few £1,000s sitting in the bank earning nothing. Why not clear that debt before you start really thinking about investing? Now, that doesn't mean putting all your money into that. Everybody needs to have an emergency fund. Everybody needs short-term savings. But you can't invest your money and expect to be earning 25, 30% on your money. So if it's costing you 25 or 30% to keep your money in a credit card or to have credit card debt, then the priority should be to get that cleared off as soon as possible. Then you can start accumulating wealth for the future, because that credit card will always be a drain on you. And did you know that if you kept the minimum payment on that card, right? If you kept the minimum payment on that card, do you know how long it would take to clear that off? Well, it depends on the interest rate, of course, but in some cases they've calculated between 18 and 20 years. So if the card company just collect that minimum payment, which they're quite happy to do because they're earning money from you, they're earning interest on that money, it could take years and years before you clear it off. So have a plan to clear it down. You don't have to make the minimum payment. You can clear off balances from it at any time. So do have a plan for that, but you need to be allocated and managing your money in order to do that. It's no point in just hoping for the best and hoping that there'll be a bit of money left over to save or clear the debt. So that's all for now. I'll see you in the next video when we're talking about accumulating wealth over time and taking that long-term perspective.